Welcome to the late show. It's the latest show. I think we've done a later show. But we're here for a third straight day. Can we make it for tomorrow? Probably not, because Seth and I are going to be seeing Halloween Ends tomorrow. He's seeing it 5:45. I'm seeing it 5:30, but he's on the East Coast, so he's like 45 minutes ahead of me. Jerk. So obviously we're not seeing it together. Anyway, so we wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about Halloween Ends and Kills 2018, the John Carpenter classic, maybe some Halloween 2. We're just going to talk about Halloween, and we want you, if you're available, to sit, hang out, and watch, talk, chat Halloween, all things Michael Myers, Dr. Loomis, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lloyd, Allison, whatever her last name is. Ray, did he get the peanut butter off his penis? I did. So I'm gonna bring Seth in, and we're gonna get to it. Seth, my boy, how's it
What
going,
is up?
my friend?
I'm doing well.
Did you get the peanut butter off your penis?
Uh, yeah, I did.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, and anybody who watches this, I want to know from you also, if you're live, tell us how excited are you about the next episode of She-Hulk? No, no. How excited are you for Halloween Ends tomorrow? You know, you're less than 24 hours away. By this time tomorrow night, you will have seen it.
Yeah. I'm at a 7 right now.
7. Ah,
Yeah.
why is that?
Uh, I don't know. I'm just kind of remaining cautiously optimistic, I guess. Like I'm excited for it, but
Well,
I'm
I mean,
also,
more like excited that you're getting to see it, not about the story and how it's going to unfold.
oh yeah. I'm definitely excited to see it. It's,
Yeah,
it's crazy to think that we're already at the last chapter of this new timeline.
I
You know,
know.
just a few years ago, the franchise came back after a 9-year hiatus, and felt really good. And now it's the final one and of this timeline, and it'll be probably another few years before.
I'm calling 6. I'm saying 6. It's going to be 2028, the 50th anniversary. We're going to see one more
That
at
would make
least.
that would make the most sense.
It
But
does. I
I mean,
mean,
don't forget, they blew the opportunity with Rob Zombie's Halloween by releasing it in
yeah, why didn't
07.
you just push it back one year? Like, oh, the 40th anniversary or 30th anniversary, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, it's the only one that kind of falls in an odd spot because you've got Halloween in 78, you've got Return of Michael Myers in 88, H2O. I've heard people call it H20. I've never heard that until recently. But H2O, in 98, then '07 you get Halloween. It's like, come on. And then, of course, 2018, we get the Halloween 2018 that should have had a different title, like Halloween Returns or something like that. I know that was a proposed movie that was actually going into production before in like 2016, I think.
Yeah.
But it still is a better title than just Halloween. And it started this trend of movies being named a sequel being named after the original movie, and like Scream recently with Scream 5. It should have been fucking Scream 5, not Scream. So, but I digress.
I mean, they
Right.
could have at least just simply called it Halloween 2018. Like,
Yeah, I think it would have been something different. I know Keith made his own box art for it. I think it says Returns.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a minor complaint because the movie is completely different, and it's obviously a sequel. Couple things I wanted to chat about. We kind of chatted offline about is about the other day. Why did they have to cut the sister element out of it? Because that's something I actually enjoyed, and really the way this series is turning out going into Halloween Ends, it feels like that was a pointless omission, in my opinion, because it still feels like there's that familial connection between the two of them, Laurie and Michael Myers. It just it like there's a couple of lines of dialogue in there that kind of just takes it down, but for the most part, it feels like they're still connected that way. And I'd like to know if I'm not the only one who feels that way. Like I watched Halloween Kills earlier, and I'm like, it still feels like they're connected. She still feels like he's coming after her. It's they're not really, but they're not really connected at
Yeah, well,
all.
it's like I told you the other day. Like, I'm not particularly married to the idea of the sibling angle, right? But at the same time, like you said, it does kind of feel pointless that they took it away
Mhm.
because it it just seems like this new series could have worked even with it,
Yeah,
um, with just a simple piece of dialogue, and that's all you really need. Um, and not to mention too, it's like I said before to you, is that it it really seemed like the Laurie Strode that we got in this new trilogy would have been better fitted if it was the Laurie Strode who went through the events of Halloween 1 and 2.
oh yeah, I agree.
And you could look at, this is another thing I told you, I don't know if you remember this, but like, just, I mean, Halloween 2 could have just been the simple catalyst for why Laurie, took up um, owning guns and all that.
Mhm.
Like, because there was that moment in Halloween 2 where Dr. Loomis goes to hand her the gun at the end when
Yeah,
when they're trapped in that room, and she shakes her head no, and then I think he sets it on the floor, and eventually she picks it up and she shoots him and gets him in both eyes, and you could kind of see that where like that gave her like sort of like a confidence boost or something, you know what I mean? Or just like that was the moment where she was like, okay, I need more of these to prepare for if he comes back.
yeah, I agree. And I mean,
But
but okay, go ahead.
okay, there's a but to that though, because I mean they did a good job, especially with Halloween 2018, of just trying to really connect the dots and make sure that everything is there, like the pinhole in the side of the mask,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So if they were to acknowledge Halloween 2, they would have to acknowledge the fact that he was shot in both eyes, um, and that he was, caught in an explosion.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, us fans probably wouldn't mind because we haven't mind, when he came back and forth, he had his eyes again.
Yeah.
H2O, he wasn't even burned. He had his eyes and all that. So,
Yeah, I mean, like this series also feels a little bit more grounded than any of the other sequels, if that makes any sense. All except for the end of Kills, because he gets his ass completely handed to him, and he just gets up and starts stabbing people. It's like, and Brackett had to hesitate. So I watched that again, like, ah,
well, they
that's
all hesitate. I hate that in a lot of movies where, I mean, it even happens in action movies where like there's like a group of people all against like one person and they all just
mhm.
like take turns. It's like it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand why they didn't just kill him like Lowe's brand. Brackett had the damn gun. Why didn't you just kill him right then and there? He's been sitting on this for 40 years that this guy killed his daughter, and he's just, you know, bullshitting around.
Yeah.
But come on, man, be a man of action. You seem to be in Halloween, the first one. But yeah, that I started. So like I posted on Facebook that I'm Halloween kills is starting to grow on me more and more, and it is in certain parts. But there are still the parts that bothered me the first time still bother me. Like, for instance, one of the things when at the end of the movie. By the way, the spoilers if you've never seen Halloween Kills, and if you haven't, you're in the wrong place right now. So, um, most horror fans that follow us have seen Halloween Kills at this point. But um, there's when Karen comes in and she stabs him with the pitchfork, and Halloween is on AMC right now watching thought you should know, so I typed it. Thanks, Nate. Nate, you're more than welcome to jump in if you want. Um, Midnight Club is deep. Sad and awesome. Yeah, H2O just ended, man. It just continues to not age well. I know. That's on my list of to watch. Resurrection is never gonna age well. Anyway, but so Karen, she stabs him in the back with a pitchfork, and I love her in the two movies. She's really great. Then she stomps on his head, and I mean, like I know she can't stomp on a real head, but man, there's a lot of give in his head when she snap like that. It's like she like almost crushes his fucking skull. I saw that again. I'm like, damn it, man. I paused it like right at the right moment. I'm looking and I'm like, you could see her damn foot's almost hitting the step. That's death right there. I mean, his fake, he's fucking crushed. But yet he gets up and he gets to face, those people, the townsfolk again. And that still bothers me. And I don't know. The stuff, the repetitive stuff we've always talked about, the 40 years ago, the Evil Dies Tonight, that stuff doesn't even bother me anymore. It's almost, it could become a drinking game, you know. I'm finding other things funny, like Little John and Big John. I'm starting to like those two a lot more. And uh, that scene where Tommy is getting ready to, he takes the bat and he's going to go outside, and the bartender's like, Tommy Doyle's going to fuck him up or something like that. I was like, yeah, that's kind of funny. But
there was like a lot of promise there, but like I really like what's his name, guy that played Tommy.
oh yeah, isn't he the nerd from no
Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael Hall, yeah.
Like it was good casting, and I thought he did good for the role that he was given.
He was very believable too, especially on stage when he was doing the speech or whatever.
Yeah, but they kind of didn't do the character any justice. Like they should have at least given him a moment or two to be a badass, or to get to put in a good fight before he died.
Yeah,
it was just like he didn't live up to the potential of what he was supposed to represent as like the leader of this mob group, and he just seemed like he was going to be badass, and just nothing happened with it.
yeah, they sure did kind of amp him up to be kind of a badass, and it just didn't turn out that great. But I don't know. I mean, going up against Michael Myers, this Michael Myers is like going up against Jason Voorhees at this point. And
I mean, he could have gotten a couple shots in with
if he should have picked up Brackett's gun and fucking shot him in the face. I still believe that Myers, if he gets shot in the head, he's done. But last night, when I was watching 2018, at the end of the movie, when he's in the basement and the smoke's coming around him and you see the flames start to pop up, I thought to myself, I was again going back to the whole idea of Laurie being his sister. I'm like, if they would have not omitted that, this would be a great closure to the series, a trilogy. 2018. I mean, John Carpenter's the Halloween 2 and then the 2018 movie would have been a great trilogy if they would have kept the sister element in there, which they took out. But then I watch Halloween Kills, and I'm sitting there thinking at the same time, like, this could have been a great ending as well. But he had to get back to that window. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, is that fucking window. Like, so I going back to the original movie, the beginning of the movie, he kills his sister in her bedroom, with that window that he loves so much is right there, right? Why did he go back outside for his parents to discover him? If it was all about that fucking window, why wasn't he in the window when his parents got home? Like Evil Dies Tonight, Weird Science. Yeah, Weird Science. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's a stupid plot point too. The whole he's got to get home to look out that window. Like, why? He killed his sister. He should have been looking out the window if that was the case. No, he went back outside. I don't think it has anything to do with that. Which further, like, supports my wishes of the sister thing being still there. I'm sorry. He went after his sister in the first place. He didn't go to kill the guy who he probably could have killed both of them. He did in Rob Zombie's movie.
He didn't have enough time. I mean, if you think about it, by the time he was getting everything and going around to do it, Two Pump Chump was already out the door.
Two Pump Chump. Yeah. That's true. But like seriously though, at the same time, like he could have killed his sister and he went back outside,
Yeah.
right? And there could have been another baby there, or they could have had Lori a little bit later, you know. And it plus, I will say one thing that happened in 1963, right? And Halloween takes place in 1978. The rest of the movie, Lori would have only been 15 if she would have been born after. So she had to have been in the house if that's the case.
Well, yeah, that's why it's kind of a as much as I do enjoy it, it is kind of a stupid thing because she would have had to have been 2 years old. There was no evidence of. I mean, because obviously when they made the first Halloween, like it wasn't even a thought in their mind. Um,
Yeah.
so there was like, you know, yeah, didn't happen. And as far as the window thing goes, yeah, it's stupid. I'm not.
It just makes really almost no sense to me why he's trying to get back to that window. And the thing with Halloween Ends that they absolutely must do is because okay, I'm the thing that's starting to worry me is the 4 year time jump. I started thinking about that today, and it's starting to bother me because I know originally they were going to make it like all in one night, right? The
Mhm.
third movie was going to take place in the same night, and the end of Halloween Kills, Lori knows her daughter was just killed by Michael, says she's coming to get him. They have to satisfy that ending of that movie. They can't just start 4 years later without telling us what happened and why, how. Like Michael was in the house with all the cops and stuff. You at basically in the front yard of the Myers house. How did he get out of there? I mean, did he just stand there and look out the window? What and like how did he end up in the sewer? They have to satisfy that ending, otherwise it's bullshit. You know, I thought about that today a lot actually about how I would have rather. I think this movie better be really good, or I'm gonna wish that they would have made the original version of it that we all shouldn't even know about. You know, what do you think about that?
Well, a couple things. I mean, first you got to remember that the whole thing with Laurie saying "I'm coming to get you," they cut that from the theatrical release, right? That's
Yeah,
now
but
part of the extended. They cut that specifically so they wouldn't have that to lead into the next one, so they could do the 4 year time jump. So Halloween Kills ends with Michael killing Karen, and Laurie's at the hospital and doesn't know yet. So that they can have the opportunity to say that she found out sometime later and he disappeared before she could get out of the hospital.
did they release a media home video version of the non-extended edition or whatever?
It should be on your Blu-ray.
Okay, because I was gonna say because like, well, I watched the digital version today, and that's just the extended one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, the Blu-ray has both cuts.
I went to hang out with Mike Myers, and yeah, baby. Do you think that he could give him a Wayne's World hat, Michael Myers, and a Wayne's World hat? Uh, what was the other thing? You said there were two things.
What was the other? You had another point. Oh, well, just I agree. They do have to satisfy that. I think the 4 year time jump thing is weird. It kind of throws off the sort of symmetry of this new timeline. It's just gonna be weird to have two movies in 2018 and one movie 4 years later, and I don't know. But I hope
It
they.
go ahead. Did I freeze? Okay, I was like I thought you were gonna say anyway. I don't know. I'm excited to see it, but I have my reservations about it already because of after watching Halloween Kills tonight, and I also think that if this movie doesn't land right, that could just kill the whole trilogy for me. Like I already prefer, as bad as two parts are, the Loomis Thorne trilogy more than I prefer any of the other movies. H2O is just like Nate said, it's getting worse by the year. And Resurrection really hasn't ever been good. I can watch it and it's okay once in a while, but it's not great. I don't like the Rob Zombie movies all that much. I watch them once a year just to give them another shot. So my definitive Halloween series is 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And if I don't think it'll ever change, but this one it's growing on me more and more, but I'm worried that this one's not going to stick the landing and it's going to fuck up the other two movies because it can do that. Just think if Return of the Jedi was a stinker, Star Wars wouldn't be what it is today, I bet.
Mm.
Not comparing Halloween to Star Wars, but it's a trilogy technically.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always going to be a fan of the Loomis saga.
Yeah.
But this isn't a bad new timeline. I think it's the best Halloween that we've had since, part 4 in a way.
I mean, there's too many timelines.
I love 6, but I think there's more quality to the.
There is more quality to this, but we'll see, because Halloween: Return of Michael Myers is the sequel that is Halloween 4 basically, and 5 is Kills, and 6 with. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I haven't seen any real reviews. We saw that turd emoji review thing but who knows if that person hasn't even seen it. But I don't know. I'm excited about seeing the movie because I love seeing a Halloween movie in the theater. I love also the fact that I'm seeing the very first showing in my area, and I get to experience it with my kids, which is really cool. Reynolds has seen, this would be his fourth one in the theater. They both saw the original last year for the first time, which if it's playing on Halloween night, that's a must. So every year that it's played on Halloween night, I've gone. But I'm starting to get worried because after watching Kills, if I'm being completely honest, after watching Kills, I started getting worried because where it leaves off, even in the theatrical cut without the phone call, where it leaves off, it's just like it feels like there's more story to tell that night, but we're jumping 4 years, and also one of the things I think I like about Kills a lot more is that fucking flashback. I think that's my favorite part of both of those movies.
Yeah, that is definitely the highlight of that movie.
I've already seen Barbarian. Love it. My number one horror movie for the year.
My number 2.
Yeah, I love it. Barbarian was great. What's my number 2? The Black Phone. That list is going to change because I get to rewatch that soon, and I'm gonna probably get the chance to rewatch Barbarian and Hellraiser and all these 2022 movies. There's so many of them, and most of them are out streaming now. But anyway, what I know things about this movie. Like how much do you know? I don't want to know what you know. I want to know how much. To what degree? Do you know the ending? Do you know who dies? Do you know what do you know?
I mean, I know some stuff based on some persistent rumors that keep popping up, but that seemed to kind of.
From the grave?
What's that?
Are they bringing Loomis back from the grave?
No, Dr. Sartain.
Fuck that guy. He's the worst.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff now, and I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow what's bullshit and what's not.
Yeah. We'll probably be chatting. The Black Phone was pretty awesome. We'll probably be chatting not on the Horror Syndicate chat because I know Nate's probably not going to see it till this weekend. I have no clue when Jared or Keith are going to get to see it. I'm about to kick Keith out of that chat. That motherfucker's trying to get me to spend so much money. You see what hey, by the way, there's a 4K Blu-ray or whatever 4K player.
He's good with that.
Huh?
He's been tempting me with the James Bond stuff.
I saw that James Bond set. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's like all of them, and it's not that expensive either.
yeah.
You know, I ended up buying that horror or the Hammer horror set, the 20 movies for $35. I got that. That should be here in a couple days. I'm looking forward to that. I need to talk to him because I think it's 10 discs, 7 or 10 discs. I can't remember what it said, but it's one of the two. But I want to take the Revenge of Frankenstein, and I'm gonna ask him to make me a case for it to put
Mhm.
with my other ones. You know what I'm saying? So I have
Yeah.
that because that and the Old Dark House, the '63 version, I'd like to have in separate cases. But I'm really looking forward to getting that. Also, excuse me. I also uh, reserved a copy of the Count Yorga movies from Arrow, and then not very many people know about Count Yorga, and I don't blame them because they're stupid. But I really like them because they're kind of silly. Um, Silly vampire movies. But anyway, also I forgot I wanted to real quick comment on this. This is I woke up and saw this picture on Facebook, and I was blown away. I was like, first of all, who the fuck is that in the middle? And then I found out who it is. It just doesn't look like her.
Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah, a lot, like a lot. But we get Nancy, we get Tina, Scout from Halloween 2007. We get Jamie Lee and Danielle Harris. That's the biggest thing, I think, is Danielle Harris and Jamie Lee Curtis in the same photo. I think for the first time ever. Uh, I know that her and Scout do a podcast, and it's on Tuesday next week. I'm probably gonna have to listen to it because they're gonna talk about that. I'm curious to know if her and Jamie Lee got the chance to talk at all because I don't know that they've ever been around each other, and I think Danielle Harris has said that they haven't been around each other.
Well, see, that's just a cardboard cutout of Jamie Lee.
Is that what that is? She she doesn't look too happy. Like who are these other bitches?
Yeah.
But it's nice. I saw it, and then my eyes were drawn to the Danielle Harris and Jamie Lee. But then I go over to the left, and I'm like Heather Langenkamp and Amanda Wyss also. Man, what a great photo! This is a great photo of five. Well, four of them are kind of horror legends, and Scout. I like her overall. But
Mhm.
and that's another cool thing. Both on-screen Laurie Strode's right next to each other.
Yeah,
That's another big
that
deal.
is cool.
Yeah, so I thought it was really cool. I saw that immediately and put it in our chat, and then I put it on our Facebook page, and I uh, I expected more from you guys on on the chat, but I got almost nothing. But on Facebook, we got more followers because of that picture. And of course, Hollow Weekly stole. They just screen capped our post, which was kind of shitty. But whatever. Hit the share button. Which is funny because I shared our show last night in their group, and they commented on it saying this is one of the hardest working podcasts in horror. I'm like, well, thank you. That's very nice to hear. And then they steal our shit. It's like, what the fuck? At least you got 242,000 followers. Hey, help us out, maybe. We
Well,
started
see,
this, and then
I
you.
saw it pop up somewhere else too on a different page. So where it was like, I don't know, someone took a screenshot of of the image with your text, and that's been getting shared around. So it could have been where they saw it from someone else
Yeah,
who did that, and so they don't know. I don't know.
awesome. Well, you're welcome, internet. All you motherfuckers who have seen that picture with that's my writing. Come like the horse syndicate, get us to 242,000 so me and Seth can stop working and just do website and videos all the time and get paid doing that shit. That would be awesome, right? Oh man.
That would be something, man.
If we got 242,000 followers on Facebook, I mean that have to lead to if we've got 1,100 subscribers on YouTube right now, that would have to lead to maybe 50,000 subs on YouTube. That'd be enough for us to make money off of, right? We
I
probably
have
have to
no
pay
idea.
Nate some outlandish fee for being on the show, though, and I don't, because he's the big star of the, the group.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk some Halloween and kind of do it live because tomorrow, It also feels like a bigger deal than any other Halloween movie that's come before it to me. You know, like I remember going into '07 and I was pumped and I got let down hardcore. I'm really worried I'm gonna have the same reaction at the end of this because it's really hard to wrap up a series like The Rise of Skywalker, you know, or the last Bond movie even. But like I was more pumped about 2018 than I was '07. And this one I feel like is a bigger deal because it's the first time, as you've said numerous times, this is the first time that we're going to get a definitive end to a Halloween series. How do you think it's going to end?
I think there's going to be credits over black, orange font,
How do
John
you think?
Carpenter theme.
I think it'll be white font. I think it'll be white font with pumpkins flying at the screen. At the no, like, do you have any ideas of what you think's going to happen? You may know what's going to happen or what you'd like to see happen.
I think for sure evil is going to pass away. I think.
Tonight?
Well, tomorrow night. Evil dies tomorrow night.
I don't know if I want that in my life.
Right?
No.
Yeah, I think Michael's definitely gonna die. I think they're definitely gonna do a definitive end to this timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But with what? So I don't know how much you know, but
Not much.
Do you remember anything from the synopsis at all?
About the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and I think he's dating Allison or whatever her name is, the Karen's daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis, or Laurie's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's about all I know.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna
say. He was accused of killing a kid.
Yeah. I'm not
Why
gonna
don't you date him if he's accused? I guess we'll find out. Oh no, you know something, huh?
I know some stuff.
You got that look on your face.
Yeah. I don't. It's definitely going to be interesting talking with you and with Nate and Jared about this movie and how it all wraps up and everything that's going to happen in it. So
you know the end, don't you?
Not quite.
Okay. So say you son of a bitch. You need to stop.
There's some stuff that's so unavoidable because like I was watching there's some different YouTubers I watch who definitely do like have a lot of they're definitely reliant on a lot of Halloween related content.
Oh yeah. Like Jimmy Champagne and yeah.
Yeah, and like we watched a movie and Dave McRae. And there's always like these entitled assholes in the comments who need to post every spoiler.
Hey, Jizz Lover's here.
You do you.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, you saw spoilers watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, just reading through comments because people are just it happened in a lot of fan groups last year before Halloween Kills came out. A lot of people were just, putting everything they knew up there and, just to ruin it for everyone because they're pissed off about certain things.
80s and modern edits says somebody spoiled the pumpkin intro, but it looks fucking amazing. So I guess somebody posted a video on Twitter of the pumpkin intro. That's something I'm looking forward to seeing on my own. I figured it'd be like similar to the other three really. But Jizz Lover says Michael and Laurie bang on the kitchen table. Looks like they're about to in the trailers. Like he's trying to stick her hand down that garbage disposal. I think he knows that that's a turn on for her.
Well, I think how it's going to really end is those two fall in love.
Yeah.
And they get married, and then Michael kind of goes around Haddonfield trying to redeem himself. And basically, the whole theme is love lives today, but evil dies tonight.
Yeah. I was gonna say she did kiss him in Resurrection.
And they were siblings then.
Yeah, maybe there's something there. Little Luke and Leia action going. Uh,
Haddonfield, Alabama.
yeah, oh man. I really have almost no theory. I've been trying to keep since Halloween Kills like low key about this movie because I hate going in and being so excited that I like The Last Jedi. I was so fucking let down. Like I was so let down by that movie, and I don't want to be let down by movies anymore. I hate it. Hate that feeling. I hope Michael lives. And I really like frowny face. I just I don't I'm trying to temper my excitement, but I'm excited to see it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm excited to see it, but I'm not excited because of what is going to happen. That's why I've been staying away from spoilers and staying away from you for the most part. Um, I thought the Halloween Kills pumpkin intro was on steroids with all the different pumpkins they kept showing. I'll watch that tomorrow at 5:30. I'm not gonna look for it on the internet. I'm sure Seth's probably watched it 4 or 5 times and conversed with Jizz Lover and both jizzed about it.
About what?
About the new pumpkin intro.
For the new one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I don't. I don't want to. And like, I'm grateful that literally tomorrow I'm not going to be online pretty much at all because I'll be busy. I'll be busy watching 2018 and Halloween Kills back to back with my friend.
Oh, that's right. You're off tomorrow.
Yeah. So he's coming over here. We're watching 2018 and Kills
Jizz
back
Lover?
to back. What's that?
Jizz Lover's coming over?
Nope, not Jizz Lover.
Okay.
It could be him. I don't know.
Bring the beer, Jizz Lover.
I forgot where I was going with this.
Do it as soon as you can, 80s, because it's more and more stuff's gonna be coming out after everybody sees it on Peacock. Because when it drops at midnight on Peacock, that's why I'm seeing it on Thursday. Last year, I made the mistake of seeing it Halloween Kills at midnight on Peacock, and it wasn't a mistake, because I already had tickets to go on Friday. But yeah, I would see it as soon as you can because it's going to get spoiled all over the place on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, probably, and Facebook. It's because people are assholes, and Seth and I have a lot of friends in common on Facebook that are complete assholes that spoil almost everything. What's funny though? The Hellraiser didn't get spoiled for me at all. That's because I got to watch it immediately when it came out. So
I had to stay off.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you so bad about it too.
Let me just say, it was a very long Friday because I checked the time on my phone, went back to doing my work, thinking that maybe an hour and a half went by. Look at my phone again. It's only been 14 minutes.
I know tomorrow's going to be a long day at work for me. I know you're going to get to watch the two beforehand, and then you're going to go straight to the theater to watch Halloween Ends. But I got to go to work, and one of my things that gets me out of being there is Halloween Facebook, and I try to do stuff for the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page, but I'm going to try to stay off there tomorrow, even though I don't know if there's going to be many showings before mine, because like on the East Coast, people will be in session essentially while I'm getting ready to go see mine, so I shouldn't have to worry about it at that point. I don't think.
No, because I don't think Thursday shows. It's not going to be like your typical everyday, movie theater showing, because it's technically a preview day.
Yeah.
Thursday previews, so it's not like they have the standard theatrical times. Like, as far as I know, the earliest showing of where I'm going to watch it is 5:45 or 5 o'clock if you want to go to IMAX.
Yeah, I think mine's 5:30, and last I checked, there were only like 5 seats that were taken. I'm gonna check again just to see.
There was only 2 taken when I went to order my tickets yesterday.
Yeah, I'm honestly, as much as I'd like to see it with a theater full of people, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing it without anybody there. When I saw Halloween Kills last year, it was well, first of all, it was like 10:30 in the morning, but there was like almost nobody there, and I loved it. I do like seeing like when I saw Barbarian and what was the last one I saw? Oh, Smile. It was a full theater, and Smile was fun because people were fucking reacting. I didn't read that. It comes on yeah at 3 a.m. I'm not staying up that late. Um, but yeah, like people were reacting to Smile. Yeah, there's a 5 o'clock showing at the Ultra Screen, which is the biggest one. No thanks. And then 5:30 is the one I'm going to. Um, I'm trying to see. There's oh my god. There's like I don't know if you can see this, but the the gray ones are the seats that have been taken,
Yeah,
and mine's the very top right hand corner. Me and the kids.
yeah.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine people. 9 tickets have been sold for that show, but there's a 6:30 show right after that, and I bet it's sold out.
I don't know. I think
Nope, it's not.
the decision to release it on Peacock the same day,
Hmm.
it's gonna kill the box office. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't do bad. Yeah, well, the later shows are
No,
having more filled seats. It didn't do bad. The Kills didn't do bad, but
yeah,
uh,
but I mean, you got to think about it too. Like when they did it with Kills, it was sort of like we were still in that sort of COVID area. You know what I mean? And
mhm,
people were still kind of reluctant to go to theaters. So like, I understood why they did it with that one, but they doing it with this one when we had Spider-Man: No Way Home and Top Gun Maverick, like
mhm,
proven that people are willing to go back to the
yeah,
theaters. And it's gonna I think do decent, because they make these on a smaller budget.
yeah.
Blumhouse is really good with that aspect, so they can make a profit. But it could have made so much more if they waited to do the Peacock release, like maybe 2 weeks later, like on Halloween,
Kind of
release it
like
on
what they
Peacock.
do with the Disney movies or some of these other movies. They wait a few weeks to put them on the streaming services. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Halloween Kills still made over 100 million in the box office, if I'm not mistaken. And the budgets are pretty small, like what 20 million, if that.
Right, but I mean, you got to consider
131
too.
on 20 million budget.
Right, but that's that's a pretty big hit after 2018 made like 250 million worldwide.
Yeah, on $10
So
million budget. Yep.
right, so it's
Um,
just like you know
the Is Smile and Hellraiser good? Yes, Hellraiser is great. Absolutely great. My third best horror film of this year. And Smile, I don't remember where I rated it, but it's definitely worth seeing in the theater. I had a good time. My son enjoyed it as well. He's 13. He went with me and we had a really good time watching it. Like I said, it was one of those movies that had a lot of people in the theater reacting, and I love that, especially if they're reacting the right way, and they were. I heard one guy yelling at the screen, "Oh no, no, don't go there," or something like that. So it's when you hear stuff like that, it's really good to hear. I don't ever get to have those reactions. I've had bad experiences in horror movies, like when I saw The Witch 7 years ago. These girls were just talking shit throughout the whole movie. And every now and again, I'll get a showing of the Carpenter Halloween from '78, and people will be laughing at it. It's like, what are you laughing at? Don't you know this is a fucking legendary horror movie? Get out of here, you sons of bitches.
that killed my first experience of seeing John Carpenter's Halloween on the big screen. It was like I think '06 because I think it was a year before Rob Zombie's film came out.
Yeah.
They did a re-release of it, and the theater was packed, and lots of people wearing Halloween shirts. Big fans, and they were enjoying themselves. So I can't fault them for that.
Hmm.
But like, I'm trying to watch the movie on the big screen for the first time, and people are laughing at stuff that's not even funny. Just being, I don't know. It just killed it for me. I was pissed the entire time.
Yeah, I mean I hate that. It's why are you here?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was thinking. I mean, that only happened once, and it was well, probably about the same time you went, about 15 years ago. It's just made me think like, why the fuck are you here? Like I was getting all like possessive over Halloween,
Yeah.
which I feel like I have every right to.
Yeah.
But
But then
yeah,
last year I got to see it on the big screen again because they did that thing where they released Halloween 1, 4, and 5
mm,
on in like drive-ins. So I went to the drive-in with a couple buddies
that's
and we
so
watched
cool.
all three of them. It was awesome.
That's awesome. I wish that's one of the ones I haven't seen is Halloween 4 on the big screen.
Oh,
I'm sharing this. I forgot to share it. Our stream.
oh,
Um, but yeah, I would love, you know what I'd love to do, like, is if they could find some way, like a few years ago, shit, almost 20 years ago now, they did all three Lord of the Rings movies the day Return of the King came out, and that was like a 12-hour marathon, but I was game for it. Like, how cool would it be to see, you know, John Carpenter's Halloween 2018 kills and ends all in one sitting, you know, for the
that would
most
be
part.
awesome.
I mean, that's not as long as the three Lord of the Rings movies, you know, and I know that the theaters have the capability of getting all four movies. You know,
Yeah.
I bet people will go see it too. At least five. I would. I mean, my kids would have to suffer through it. Let's see. The first movie's an hour and a half, and the rest about 2 hours. So you're talking about maybe 8 hours. You know, that's a work shift in some places.
I guess it would depend on the seating.
Why is that?
There, well, because I have a lot of like lower back pain,
Oh
so
yeah.
there's certain like when I went to go see like the Mummy and Bride of Frankenstein back to back, even
Hmm.
though they're not long movies, it was almost 2.5 hours, I think,
What kind
between.
of seats were you sitting in?
They're just your standard movie theater seats.
Yeah. See, I there is not a standard theater in my area anymore. It's all those reclining seats here. So,
See, there used to be because there was a the theater that I preferred the most. It was a Regal, but it
mhm.
was in Lanesboro, Mass, and it was about an hour away from my house. But I used to love going there, and because they had the reclining leather seats,
Yeah.
and they served beer, and
Mhm.
I was just like I loved it. And then of course it closed down because you
COVID.
know because of COVID, pretty
Yeah.
much. And
Yeah. The my theater that I go to is about 20 minutes from my house. They have a full blown bar section off to the right, which is it's cool that they have that there with all kinds of different drinks and beer and stuff. But like it used to be their arcade, so they got rid of the arcade to make a bar. But I
yeah,
will say I've seen more people in the bar than the arcade than ever. So I
yeah,
guess it made sense, you know.
yeah,
But it's great, man. They actually have food there. Like their chicken strips are really good. You know, they've got like a full menu burgers and different things like that. So plus they've got the reclining seats and the better the screen, the better the seats. Like the ones that I normally go to, the seats are pretty good. You know, they're cushioned, they lean back. There's
yeah.
the highest quality though. They're more comfortable. They're wider. And they're all single seats instead of they have the ones that the arm raises up, but they're also heated. So if it's cold outside, you can push the heat button and it heat your ass. It's
That's
like,
fucking
damn.
awesome.
Yeah, but
That's
it's like
awesome.
$17 a ticket for that one. Worth it if you're into that.
Worth
But
it.
I don't mind going to the other one. It's funny though, because like all these people are bringing blankets into the other one, especially in the wintertime.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love going to the theater. It's like my favorite thing to do,
Same here.
period. If I ever got rid of the theater, I don't know what I would do. Uh, I'd probably never leave the house. Give me a fucking big ass bucket of popcorn or a big ass Dr. Pepper, and I'm set, you know? And that's how I'll be doing it tomorrow. No dinner for me. I'm eating fucking popcorn and Dr. Pepper. I won't be eating
Yeah.
the Dr. Pepper, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's still it's costly, but I fucking I love it, and I'm probably going back to the movies Saturday. So like I told my kids, I was like, we're gonna be at the goddamn movie theater a lot this month, and because me and Reynolds went and saw Smile, we saw Rosemary's Baby, and before that we went and saw Barbarian, which wasn't that long ago. Now we're going to be seeing Halloween. Reynolds wants to go see The Exorcist this weekend, you know, and I'm as much as I want to hold out, I'm very tempted to go see Terrifier 2 just to see it, even though I hated the first one. And that's playing on Saturday. And then Black Adam's coming up, and you don't have to see that because it's a DC movie, and it's like Halloween's probably I'm probably seeing Halloween on Halloween again. It's like I've never been to the theater this much in my life in 1 month,
Yeah.
But it's been worth it. So
Yeah.
not for my pocketbook. Although most of these movies I've been seeing have been $5 because they're old, which I love. I'm looking forward to next month because I think we're getting I want to say Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I've never seen on the big screen.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather be Last Crusade because that's my favorite, but I'll take whatever. I'll take Temple of Doom because that one's good too. So, the only one I did see the newest one on the big screen. It's the only Indiana Jones I've seen.
I saw that one too, and I am a big fan of Temple of Doom. I would love to see that on the big screen.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So anyway, anybody out there watching or whoever watches this, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to build up an audience. We do our shows every single Wednesday, usually a little bit earlier than this. We go at about 6:30 Central, where I am, and it's 7:30 on the East Coast. And this week we'll be talking about Halloween Ends. It'll be more than likely a spoiler show. Me, Seth, Nathan Thomas Milliner, and Jared Letourneau, we get together and do this roundtable discussion every week on Wednesday. We'll be talking about the Invisible Man series at the beginning of November, and we're closing out October with the Frankenstein, Universal Frankenstein series. And then we will be doing, we got a lot of American Psycho we're going to be talking about. There's a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be doing our top 30 horror films of 2022 in December. It'll be probably our last show of the year. We're going to do a deep dive episode on the new Hellraiser in January, probably, once we can kind of do spoilery. I don't know if Jared's watched it yet, but looking forward to talking about all this different stuff. I've seen Barbarian. Unless you're talking to everybody else, I've seen Barbarian. I loved it. It's my number one. All right, I'm gonna pull my list up and show you what my list is for. It's on my Facebook page. Here you can see my Facebook page. Hold on. I fucking love Barbarian. It's fantastic. Give me just a second. I'm sharing my screen so you guys can see. You can see my Facebook page and how lovely it is. All right, here's my Facebook. So I ranked I pinned it too. Here they are. This is my personal rankings. Firestarter 1031 Part 3, which is produced by Rocky Gray from Evanescence, who's a friend. Alone with You on Shudder. I have a place where you can see him. Revealer on Shudder. Choose or Die, which is on Netflix. Speak No Evil. Nate has it higher on his list. The Cursed, Seth has that higher on his list. Watcher, a lot of these are on Shudder. Who Invited Them was fun. Glorious was fun. My Best Friend's Exorcism. If you have teens, anybody from like 11 to 15, 16, they'll love that. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2022 on Netflix. Allegoria was fun. It's kind of an anthology. Moloch was a really good movie that Seth actually told me about. Sissy, if you can get through the first like 45 minutes, it gets really fucking good and has an absolutely great ending. That's on Shudder. The Seed is on Shudder. Smile is in the theater currently. Scream 5 is on Blu-ray. You can rent it probably. Hellbender's on Shudder. That was fun. Off Season was fucking phenomenal. Prey is on Hulu. Fresh is on Hulu, and Fresh is not anything that you'd expect. Check out Fresh if you can. Really good. Pearl, which is in the theater. I don't know if it's still in the theater. Nope. X, Hellraiser's my number 3. The Black Phone's number 2, and Barbarian is number 1 as of right now. And just to go down further on my, oh hey, look, video and video. And then I watched Halloween Kills. So and Halloween. Wait, Seth, are you back yet? I can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at this. Christopher Lee and the Hammer Dracula films. I love Hammer films, don't I? Yes, talk to my fans. Tell everybody to go see Barbarian. It's fucking good. And they need to go see it in the goddamn theater, too. It's a theatrical experience. Thank you, 80s. I wish I knew your name, but I'm going to call you 80s. Yeah, I wish more people would go see these movies in the theater because they're worth, like, Barbarian was so fun. I'd love to do a
Did you hit your cord again?
I mean, I don't even need to say what happens when I go out like that. You know what happened. Yeah, go watch Barbarian. Such a fun movie. I took my son. He's become like my horror film buddy. And like after I was like, "What'd you think?" He looked at me. He's like, "That was awesome. That was fun." I was like, "Yes, that is a great experience to have in the theater." It was a lot of. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, there was only one other person in the theater when I went to go see
sucks, it. But because that was another good one to watch with the crowd. There was a decent crowd when I saw it. The Pearl was the worst for me because when I saw Pearl, there was maybe 5 or 6 other people in there, and I was alone. Reynolds didn't go with me for that one. And the guy maybe 3 seats from me was snoring, and then shortly after he started snoring, the guy behind me started snoring, and then shortly after that, the guy over here started. I had fucking surround sound snoring from 3 different people. It's like, the movie's not that boring. Like, come on, guys. Why pay, $12 to $15 or whatever it is for a ticket to go to sleep? You can do that at home.
Yeah. I was the only one in the theater for Pearl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever been in the theater myself yet. I will be honest with you. I almost fell asleep watching Nope. I'm gonna have to watch that one again. I don't think it deserves the spot it's in on my list. After I was looking at it the other day, I'm like, I have to change this because I almost fell asleep watching this. I liked it, and I like what was going on, and the filmmaking was great as usual. And I like the cast, but I'm like, maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit. I know Nate loves it. I think it's Nate's number 1.
Yeah.
And I'd like to find out why he loves it so much over like a Barbarian or. Like when I saw Pearl, I was like, "Oh, Nate's gonna love this. This is absolutely a Nate movie," And just like when I watched Hellraiser, I was thinking about you. I think about you guys when I watch new horror movies. What you're gonna think about it. Like when we all watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from this year, I was like, I wonder how this. I thought Keith was gonna love it, which I think he did. I actually thought you were gonna love it. I thought Nate would hate it, and I thought Jared would be like, it was fun. And I think you hated it. It was fun for me. I like it didn't bother me one way or the other. It was all right.
It's grown on me. Like, I watched it a couple more times since we did our video on it.
Yeah.
And the last time I watched it, I showed it to the kids.
See, Reynolds loved it.
It's grown on me for sure.
It's one of those that I think might have to take. Like I tried rewatching the 2017 Leatherface, and I just hate that movie. It's no good. And then I rewatched the Texas Chainsaw 3D. That one's okay. Alexander Daddario makes that movie for me, but I like this one better than those. So
this one is definitely better than those, like hands down. But like, I kind of like the 2017 Leatherface because they tried to do something a little different. I like the idea of it being a road movie, but at the same time, it felt like it was kind of weird that it was like trying too hard to be like a movie that was basically inspired by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre instead of being a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah,
and I could have done without that sex scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go back, and so I got this new rating system on how I'm rating movies, which you know about.
Mhm.
It's we talked about doing this for the show for when we do our rankings, but not everybody agreed on it. But I've been doing it for the way I've been ranking stuff, and right now my rankings for the 2022 movies are all based on how I feel about them and like, oh, do I like this one better than the other one? But when I submit my final list to the panel, I'm gonna use that to got another comment. The new Texas Chainsaw is kick ass in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I got a copy on Blu-ray.
I think it took me a little bit to get over like a certain aspect of it because like for me like what makes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stand out above like any of the other slasher franchises is the fact that it's about a family,
Mm-hmm.
and it seemed like they ditched the family thing and it was just like a typical slasher. So it was kind of like my own personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as a movie, as a whole, it is fun. It's fast paced. Um, it's got some cool stuff in it. So
There's one thing though, and I think you can agree with me on this, that'll probably never change. Even if there's another Texas Chainsaw that comes out that's terrific, I don't think you'll beat Texas Chainsaw in Part Two.
oh, for sure.
Those are always going to be the top two spots, no matter. I know two is in your top spot, which I can't blame you. Two is fucking amazing. That's actually Reynolds' favorite too. He watched. So we watched this one, and after that, I was like, "Did you like that?" He's like, "Yeah," and he had never seen any other ones. So we watched the first one, we watched two, three, and then the remake. So he's seen a good chunk of them, and two was his favorite by far. He loved it. He's in love with like not in love like like he wants to marry him, but he loves Chop Top. And who wouldn't? Chop Top's like the best. He's literally like the best character in all of the movies. I love him. Actually, Bill Moseley signed a picture I have of him saying, "Get that bitch, Leatherface. Lick my plate, you dog dick." So, and Bill Moseley was one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet too. But I don't know. I'm looking forward. I hope they make another one. I think this did well enough to make another one. Because
I
I
think last
like the
time I read
series.
they're talking about doing two more.
Good, good. Bring it on. I'm not one of these people who like, come on, like. Well, actually, I take that back because when I saw Leatherface, I was like, let the series die. Just let it die. Because I honestly, in my opinion, there hasn't been a really like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that really I enjoyed since 1990. I take that back. The beginning, I like that prequel to the remake. I hated the remake. Part four is a fucking mess. It's a lot of fun at times, but it's a mess. And I don't like 3D very much, or Texas Chainsaw 3D. And then I hated Leatherface, the second Leatherface. And then this one is not as bad. So bring it on. Bring me more. Bring me more Evil Dead. Bring me more. Bring me some fucking Elm Street already. Am I wrong? I mean, come on. I love Elm Street. It's my favorite horror series, and it's getting left in the dust. Friday the 13th is too, but at least Friday the 13th got a video game. That movie gets nothing right. Yeah, scrawny little Leatherface. Right about that. I was so disappointed in that movie. Like the trailer looked really good. Like I was like, oh man, there's hope yet. Because and this about me. Like I hold the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like on a pedestal. It's one of the greats in my opinion. Top five horror films of all time for me, and along with A Nightmare on Elm Street as number one, and Jaws and Dawn of the Dead, maybe Halloween. But the Texas Chainsaw movie, yeah, the first one, I just absolutely adore, and I don't know why it gets like the shittiest. Like, I mean, Child's Play gets better movies than Texas Chainsaw does. It's the Hellraiser probably gets the shittiest sequels. No offense, I know you're a big Hellraiser fan. No, maybe not. Got to think about that a little bit more. I think I'd watch Inferno over Leatherface.
I would take the Hellraiser series over TCM. Just saying.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's play a game. Let's play a game. Okay. Okay. Let's. You already did that one. Okay. So we're gonna break it down like this. So Hellraiser or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You said Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hellraiser.
Mhm.
I'm going to say Hellraiser also. Okay, Hellraiser or the Child's Play series.
Oh.
I'm going Hellraiser.
Ooh.
Really, this is that hard?
This is
Just
hard,
wait, I'm not even close to being done.
dude. I mean, I love the Child's Play franchise as well. It's tough. I'd probably say
Which
I
daughter do you like better?
what's
Violet?
that?
Yeah. No, go ahead. Child's Play or Hellraiser?
I guess I'll go with Hellraiser only
Mm.
because those are the ones I watch more often, like
Mm.
than
Yeah,
the
same
Child's
here
Play
actually.
movies. But I mean, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Curse of Chucky,
Curse
Cult
and
of Chucky. Those
yeah,
are I
pretty
enjoy
solid.
them.
Yeah. I mean, Child's Play throughout is actually a pretty solid franchise.
It is.
Um, the only real low point, in my opinion, is Seed of Chucky. But I still want to choose Hellraiser. Okay, so we're going down the list now. But let's do Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw. I know what you're going to say.
Child's Play.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas Chainsaw. Okay. Hellraiser or Scream? I'm going to Scream.
Scream is the better franchise,
Yeah.
but
Well, the thing is, like, if we take out most of the Hellraiser sequels, like, I'd say Hellraiser, but the Scream, all five of them, I can watch anytime. And
that's
with
the
Hellraiser, I can watch 1 and 2 almost anytime, but the rest of them I can't watch as much.
that's the thing with Scream is like even Scream 3 is watchable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I can't hate that franchise at all because they're all pretty solid.
No, Inferno is good. Yeah, Inferno's really good. Bloodline is good. Yeah. So, did you pick Scream?
Hmm.
Okay, so Scream or Child's Play? Scream for me still.
I'm gonna go with Child's Play on that one.
Texas Chainsaw or Scream?
Scream.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Texas Chainsaw. But okay, so Scream beat Hellraiser, which had beaten the other one. So I'm just going down the list. Okay, Scream or Phantasm?
I quit.
Are you quitting the Horror Syndicate?
Phantasm.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm with you. I love Scream, but the Phantasm movies are so unique. And just like Scream, they have a long running storyline and 5 movies now. But Scream are getting more. And there's like, I like Scream because it's a slasher, and grew up as a slasher kid, as most of us did. But fucking Hellraiser, I mean, Phantasm's so fucking unique. It's so bizarre. Like first of all, I love Reggie to death. I love him so much, and he's such a great and underrated character. And the tall man's great. The flying spears. There's a lot to go with that movie that I love, and I do love Scream, but Scream is kind of the same thing throughout the series, where Phantasm gets weirder and weirder and weirder as it goes. And they're all fun to watch. My personal favorite's the third one. I love the first one, of course, and that's the first one's one of my daughter's top 3 favorite horror films, and she's 9. Okay.
I fucking adore the Phantasm movies, especially 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you got against 3? Come in.
three's fun, but it's a it gets a
heard-
little goofy.
So Helena heard me say Phantasm, and she had to come in and
I heard the tall man.
come here for a second.
You gotta say boy.
I heard the speak of the amazing
You need to say
man.
boy. I got a
No,
video
I
for
don't
when
like
she was
it.
really little saying, "No, come here. I want them to see your shirt."
I look like a man.
You don't look like you have.
No, look at my outfit.
You don't-
Like this looks like Reynolds.
They can see your shirt. That's it. Come here. Show them your.
It's random, okay?
It's Michael Myers.
I know.
She's wearing a smaller version of this earlier. All right, go brush your hair and teeth and get ready for the night. Okay, come on. Get out of here.
No,
All right. Nothing. You just love the camera.
I don't.
Don Coscarelli is one of the coolest dudes you could ever hang out with. That'd be cool to hang out with him for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phantasm and Scream, we did that. Trying to think which one means more to you. All right. So I think I got the order right. Maybe not. Okay, Phantasm or Elm Street?
Elm Street.
That was tricky.
That's not tricky. It's Elm Street. No, it's Elm Street. Get out of here with that noise.
Well,
Okay, she's partially right. It is tricky because there's a part of me that wants to just give some love to Phantasm.
Well, yeah, but giving love versus actually having more love for one thing is different. Like I want to give love to Phantasm too. Like I'm going to give me my 10% of myself to Phantasm in this, but Elm Street is why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I'm here. Elm Street 100%. If I didn't see Nightmare on Elm Street 2 when I was 6 years old, I wouldn't be the horror fan I am today. You know, that's so Elm Street is everything I am, and that's why I have all these fucking posters, this stupid mask, William Shatner. You know, Elm Street's everything to me. So you get Elm Street or Friday the 13th.
Elm Street.
Elm Street, yes. I love Friday the 13th. We all love Friday the 13th.
Yeah, yeah.
Dumb, fun movies.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't mention those. Yeah, I'll do that next. But Elm Street's they got better movies. Friday the 13th are a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Elm Street or Psycho?
I'm going to go with Elm Street, but I goddamn love Psycho. The whole franchise.
Yeah. Psycho's strong throughout. And I don't think the fourth movie gets enough credit. That's the one I cut my teeth on with Psycho was the fourth movie. That was the first one I ever saw. I love it. I love the backstory, which I mean, watching the first movie, you almost don't need a backstory. You know what happened. You know Norman Bates. You know, but like, I loved him telling the story on the phone to the lady, and it grabbed me, and I was like, oh mom. I told my mom after seeing it on Showtime when it premiered, I was like, I need to see the other ones, and you know, and she showed me. I think I saw Psycho 2 and 3. I didn't see the first one until I was a little bit older, but I like 2 and 3. And 2 is criminally underrated.
2 is one of my favorites ever.
Yeah.
But like, that was my problem with part 4 is that it kind of ignored the events of 2 and 3. You know, and
Yeah.
I love Psycho 2 to death. Like, that's just one of my favorite movies ever because it's just such a great character movie. Like, the idea that someone's fucking with Norman as he's trying to put his life back together is just like a sequel to a Hitchcock movie not directed by Hitchcock should not work on paper. But holy fuck.
But it does.
I love it.
Yeah, it's right. I think 3 is very strong too. I don't think that gets enough love either.
Yeah.
But you know, of course, it's like well, this is not a good example, but The Exorcist is known as one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and for good reason, I think. But like, it's like impossible to follow up a movie like that with something good. The Exorcist 2 is not great. I like The Exorcist 2, but I like batshit crazy movies. So, but like, you're not going to win following up a movie like that, especially in such a short time, where Psycho was followed up 23 years later, and the story actually made sense, you know, with Norman Bates, where Exorcist, like they did a good follow up. It's an acceptable sequel, where sometimes you don't get an acceptable sequel, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, even
It progresses the story too.
Yeah, even going back to The Exorcist 3, I think is a great sequel, and that's actually my favorite of that franchise.
Yeah, I just finally got I just ordered the Scream Factory finally.
I need to get that.
Yeah, they had their Shocktober sale, and I spent too much money on that.
I believe it.
Yeah, Exorcist 3. Man, I remember seeing that on TV. My mom wanted to go see it in the theater. We were living in California at the time when it came out, and she's like, I remember, I'll never forget. She said this. They showed the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." It says The Exorcist 3. She goes, "They made a second one?" But she wanted. I don't know if she got to see it in the theater, but I know we rented it, or no, it was on cable. The year later or something like that, and I remember that scene with the lady with the things that just crosses by the screen real fast scared the fucking shit out of me, man.
That
Scared the
is
shit out of it. And yeah,
that is
somebody
like
scared the poop emoji out of me. Yeah.
that one scene you're talking about, man. That's like one of the most effective jump scares
Of
ever.
all time.
Yeah,
It has to be. Yeah,
hands
I
down.
agree.
Yeah.
We should do a jump scare show. Best jump scare. Like, I want to do more lists. I miss doing lists. I thought about the top 10 current horror directors. I was thinking about that today at work because I was thinking about is David Gordon Green going to be one of the best horror directors of this generation because of the Halloween movies? A lot has to hinge on this one. Next one coming up. Okay, back to the thing we're doing. So Elm Street or Psycho? You said Elm Street. I say Elm Street. Psycho's great though. All four of them. The
Hands
remake, not so much.
There's 4.
Yeah, there's 4. You've seen the first one, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Okay.
Norman Bates.
That's my child. She knows horror.
And also you have a pop of him with his mom though.
Yeah, his mom. So Elm Street or Halloween?
Elm Street.
It's Elm Street for me.
Me too. Halloween.
Did you brush your teeth?
Oh. I'm so busy doing
This is a this is a difficult one for me to.
I'm
to
calling
answer.
bullshit
I
because
knew this
I
one
think
was
it's
coming.
Halloween. I
I
think it's
expected-
Halloween.
I expected this one as the moment you started playing this game.
Well, I could have said Universal Horror, but that's kind of too broad. And I could have said the Hammer Dracula movies, but I already know the answer to that. You know, or the Hammer Frankenstein movies. Which Hammer Frankenstein or Hammer Dracula?
Hammer Frankenstein.
Yeah, I would agree with that, even though I'm a huge fan of the Christopher Lee Dracula.
Which one has Paul?
Paul Dracula. All of the Dracula movies almost, except for the first one. Did I tell you that she drew a vampire bat last year and named it Paul because of the?
I think, yeah.
I just watching it and then you got
Oh,
it.
that's that what it was? Well, you sound less cool now. So
Hey!
go finish brushing
You
your teeth.
sound cool now.
I'm always cool. All right, come on, man.
I guess I'm gonna.
Anybody
go.
watching, answer. Would you pick the Nightmare on Elm Street series or the Halloween series? Which one would you pick that you like better?
Can I quote Towley from South Park and say I choose both?
No.
Damn it!
I'll probably get demolished for this, but I love Zombie Halloween. A hell of a lot more fun, a whole lot more than the original. You won't get demolished. They have their place, and a lot of people like. Hold on, I don't think I got it. Yeah, I just told you to squeeze that part. The Halloween is what it is, and most people just hate Halloween 2 anyway. And Halloween 2, the director's cut, we've already decided miles better than the other cut. So you're in a safe place. You can say that here. And plus, it's your opinion. So, and you know, we're not people who are going to be like, oh, fuck you. No, the zombie movies, blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite Rob Zombie movie? Mine is Lords of Salem. Seth, yours is?
Devil's Rejects.
Yeah. So, Halloween? Freddy or Michael Myers? That's a different question, really.
I know, but just like I have such a strong love for the first 4 Elm Street movies, but Halloween, I'll probably go with Halloween because I love. I mean, but it's not fair because there's more Halloween movies than Elm Street. But I love Halloween.
Elm Street.
I love
basically
Halloween
follows
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I kind of like H2O. I don't mind Rob Zombie's movies. I dig the new movies in the David Gordon Green series. So I guess I'm gonna go with Halloween, but I want it on the record that I love Elm Street.
Well, yeah, I know you do, especially 4, right?
Especially 4.
Well, the thing is, like, when I look at you, there are 3 things that pop into mind, in my mind about you. That werewolves, Halloween, and Phantasm. Actually, those are the 3 things that like if somebody says Seth T. Miller, are gonna pop right in my head. you know, and then the fourth would be Universal Horror, which is the first thing you did for the Horror Syndicate was write articles about the Universal Horror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You told me something and I just forgot.
I'm not. We're not done here, but Seth, I'm gonna take her up to bed real fast. While I do that, I want you to do if you don't mind, rank all the Halloween movies while I'm gone. Your rankings before Halloween Ends comes out. Can you do it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Bye.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm just gonna put you on the main screen.
Goodbye.
So I guess 12 will be Resurrection. 11 would be 5. Man, I had an official ranking too, and I don't remember the exact order. I think 10 was number 10 was I think Rob Zombie's Halloween. 9 was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. 8 was H2O. Or maybe I think I maybe liked one of the Rob Zombie movies above H2O. I'm not sure. 7 would be fuck. This is really hard. Let's just put it this way. My favorite of the series is John Carpenter's Halloween. My second favorite, I'm gonna go ahead and say Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. My third is Halloween 2 from 81. My number 4 is Halloween 4. My number 5 is Halloween 2018. Number 6 is Halloween Kills. And number 7 is Curse of Michael Myers. I don't know. I'm fucking this up. I do have a official ranking video on the Horror Syndicate's YouTube channel where I went through all 12 of the movies. I think all 12 of the movies, or maybe it was 11 at the time. I don't remember, but I ranked them all. I explained why. I think I spent 20 minutes explaining why I don't like Resurrection. And yeah, so check out the Horror Syndicate YouTube channel. There is my ranking is on there for the Halloween franchise. It's under when I was doing videos for the YouTube channels, we call them Brundleflies rankings and reviews, and you can see that. And then I also ranked all of John Carpenter's movies, and there's other stuff on there. I haven't done any videos in a while, but yeah, I'm terrible at leading a show. So hopefully Ray comes back soon, and kind of saves the day here because I'm just rambling. If you put your ranking, anyone who's watching, rank the Halloween movies. Do it right now. Oh, this is fucking torture. Tracy says, I really did enjoy Halloween H2O. You know what's funny? It's when it first came out in 98, I went and saw it in the theater, and I loved it. I couldn't stop talking about it after. And it was I was really more accepting of the fact that it was, it was a movie in that Scream, that post-Scream kind of meta world. And I enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely a product of its time. It's just one of those movies that doesn't quite age well, and I still enjoy it, especially the first act and the third act. I think the stuff in the middle is okay at best, but hey, you're back. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, I was fumbling.
Were you done?
Yeah, I was done a long time ago.
Oh, I also was looking at my shirts real fast. Which one should I wear tomorrow? Because I got to wear a Halloween shirt. I got this, or this, which I love. Two sides of the same card.
That's cool.
Yeah, Loomis and Michael. I think I'm just gonna wear this one.
Gotta
Yeah.
go with the classic.
Go with the classic. I think because Reynolds is gonna wear whatever I don't wear. So, and Helena, I think, is gonna wear that shirt she was wearing. Yeah, I think I know where you stand on all the Halloween movies, so I didn't have to hear it. Tracy Marshall says Halloween, Zombie 2, Halloween 1. Oh, Halloween 2 is number 1. And Zombie is Hold on. It's hard to read when it's not in the line. What were you going to say?
So it looks like her first favorite is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Second favorite is Rob Zombie's first Halloween. Her third favorite is
H2O.
H2O, then the original, then Halloween 4, and then 5.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Awesome. I do countdowns, and Halloween Resurrection's my least favorite. Then Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 either cut would be my second least. So that's number 11 at this point. Then H2O, I think. And then Rob Zombie's Halloween. Then Halloween 5. I don't know. I'm starting to like Halloween 5 less and less. A lot of it has to do with Tina. Tina! Worst character in the series, in my opinion. My favorite 3 are
most satisfying death, though.
The
most satisfying death.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry about it. I can't read. I never learned to read. I don't know. I like it's gonna change, and I feel like my ranking from last year, which is what my ranking is currently, is going to change from last year, and it could, like, I seriously do think it could have an effect on kills in 2018 on how I view them. It's like my mom used to say, like, you're the way you act reflects on me. So it's like Halloween Ends, how that movie goes, it reflects on the other two. Because when I didn't like Halloween Kills, it kind of pulled Halloween 2018 down a little bit, where I didn't have to do that with the 2 Rob Zombie movies, or even H2O and Resurrection. I didn't have to do that with because they were not part of the Thorn saga, which I love. So, or the Loomis trilogy, whatever you want to call it. By the way, I ordered movies today from that guy. Got the 2022 Hellraiser, and I got that Mr. Sandman cut. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check that bad boy out. Anyway, so what else you want to talk about? We've kind of been scatterbrained, bullshit, and it's been fun though.
Yeah. Was that the last of your questions of Elm Street and Halloween?
For me?
Well, you were going through, was that the last matchup for me?
Well, yeah, I mean, because like the other ones aren't really like there's the Omen, like there's not really big franchises that we Poltergeist. I mean, what else is there? Halloween's your favorite. I feel like if I said Halloween or Child's Play, you're gonna say Halloween.
Yep.
Hellraiser or Halloween, you're gonna say Halloween.
Yep.
I already know. And Elm Street's my favorite.
The toughest one for me was Elm Street and Halloween. Because I think Elm Street I think very highly of Elm Street.
So the big question is, how do you guys see Halloween Ends finale on the screen tomorrow night? I don't know. I was saying earlier that I have tempered my expectations and tried to avoid any spoiler type situations. My hopes, I guess, I do actually hope Laurie Strode makes it through to the end, because she met her. So in the other 2 Well, actually, all three of them, she dies essentially. I mean, dies off screen told in Halloween 4. In Resurrection, she gets killed and thrown off the roof after being stabbed in the back, and then she dies at the end of the Rob Zombie movie, the second one.
I think more than likely she's going to live. I don't know
Mhm.
this for a fact. I'm just saying more than likely. But me personally, I kind of wish it would end with the both of them dying and with Laurie making a sacrifice. I think if Laurie Strode dies in a meaningful way or doing something really cool, it'd be a lot more forgivable to kill her off. But I feel like I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of Laurie Strode stories, and I just kind of want an end to that.
Well, I
So,
want this to be the end of this. I mean, we've talked a little bit about what we want to see or what could come post Halloween ends, and I mean, I think it was you that said that you could see the series coming back with another movie in a couple years, rather than me saying it's going to come back in 6 years because of the money that they could make. But
well, yeah. When I say a couple years, I mean in my mind, I'm saying for the 50-year anniversary.
yeah,
It'll give it enough time because, like, I mean, if you think about it, I think even though as a Halloween fan, it sucked, but that 9-year gap between Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and 2018, I think really helped add to the anticipation and
yeah,
the box office. You
yeah.
know, because it's like,
Especially, I remember thinking like, are we ever going to see another Halloween? And then when Halloween Returns was announced, I was like, okay, finally we're getting another Halloween. And then they axed that. I'm like, fuck, you know, going through that with Friday the 13th right now.
yeah,
Yeah, I think you let it rest for 6 years. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be too old, and she said she's not coming back. Maybe not too old, but she's 60, what, 3 now, 64, something like that. And yeah, I think it's time to let Laurie Strode rest. I'm still of the mind that I've been this whole time. If they do another Halloween movie, I don't want to see another remake.
nope, me neither.
But the thing, like watching Halloween Kills and watching how well that flashback scene was, and I posted on my Facebook page today. I said, why can't we have it be a period piece that takes place either right after or sometime after the original movie, and just set these Halloween movies in the past rather than, I think they fit better in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, just like Friday the 13th. In my opinion, that's one of the charming things about Friday the 13th is they're so fucking 80s. And the movies grow with the 80s. Like you could see the early 80s, leftover 70s going into the mid 80s by 4 and 5, and then straight up 80s and 6, 7, and 8. You know what I'm saying? It's like Friday the 13th, in my opinion, belongs in the 80s. And Halloween, kind of the same thing. Halloween 1 and 2, that's one of the things I like about them is they are the same night and they're paired very well. And the thing is, like, they don't have to use Laurie and use an earlier timeline. I think make Halloween, no matter what, be that what do they call that one thing that can never change, but you can make multiple sequels after it, no matter what. What do they call that? They call that's something in time that doesn't change. I don't want to see another remake at all because it'll be Laurie Strode again, unless they go
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hellraiser route. I hope ends is good. Seeing it Friday. Let us know. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Triple Glocks. Laurie's daughter had a son. She gave up for adoption, and he comes for his sister, Laurie's granddaughter. Well, I mean, part 6 was kind of leading to something like that, Stephen, which was Michael's kid, which is gross. But yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see. And personally, I'm sure they'll do some kind of like 2026 version of the 1978 movie and, recast Laurie Strode. And it's going to look like Scream 5 looked. And it's going to be labeled woke and all this other bullshit. So, although I wonder if the woke thing will die out by 2026.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. I don't know. What do you want to see? As if I don't already know.
I feel like I agree with you. Like I would love to see sort of like a period piece Halloween movies, like set in like 1979 or 1983 or something like that, and no Laurie Strode whatsoever. So the first movie happens, it ends with Michael getting away, and perhaps Dr. Loomis is on pursuit. And I see. Here's the thing, and I know that you're big on Haddonfield. I don't necessarily think that it would have to take place in Haddonfield. I wouldn't mind Michael showing up in different towns on Halloween, and no one can sort of pinpoint where he's gonna strike next.
It's not Haddonfield. It's Illinois. I don't like that they took him to California. That took a lot out of that movie for me. Was moving it to California. It didn't look like the fall. It just didn't feel like Halloween. The movie didn't feel like Halloween at all.
Right, right. I get that. I definitely get that point. Definitely. But like, if there was, he Michael shows up in say Vermont, you know what I mean? We
In
got
your
some nice
neck of the
foliage here.
woods.
Did you hit your chord again? I'm just saying, like, I'm not. I think it'd be kind of cool where there's sort of like this uncertainty of where Michael's going to show up again, and so maybe there's a mass paranoia thing happening or something. You know what I mean? Like people feel not safe in Haddonfield, but they can't move away because they don't feel they're going to be safe elsewhere because Michael could show up anywhere.
In my
And
opinion, I think they're both goners. I'd be fine with that too if they both die. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be okay. I never read any of the books, and I'm curious to know like what happens in some of the books. Like where because there's a lot of those books out there, and you can't be all. It can't all be in Haddonfield. Same shit happening. It's like, well, first of all, one of my problems with the first movie, and I never even talk about this, is how the fuck did he know how to get to Haddonfield? Like he just learned how to drive a car. How did he know how to get to Haddonfield?
maybe someone around there gave him lessons.
Oh, stop. He was doing very well last night. Yeah. No, but like seriously, like how did he get to Haddon? Why didn't you just go to the next town over? Though it was to get to his window.
Yes, he needed to get
It
to.
was to get to his window. The window is the motivation in this series. Fucking,
Right.
that's the dumbest shit ever. I think when all the dust settles, when we're back to new Halloween movies that are not these, people are gonna bitch about the window thing. I think they'll be like, "Oh no, it's the magic window. He had to get to his window, fucking window." But I think. I mean, you had a pretty excellent idea. I think last time we talked about this, but yeah, like 5 years later, like Michael is missing at the end of Halloween. You don't know where he is. You've seen where he's been, and Loomis. I think maybe Loomis has been looking for him for 5 years. And yes, you can recast Donald Pleasance. I mean, you have to, but like, why not make it a few years later? Loomis has been searching for Michael Myers for a couple years now, and finally, Halloween 1983 or 19 whatever year, he finds him and he's goes after him. I think
See,
that.
I'm all for that. I'm a Loomis fan. So
Me too. Yeah, I love that's he's in my opinion he is the best part of the Halloween movies, the early ones.
Yeah.
So I mean Donald, a lot of it's Donald Pleasance, but I'm sure they could find somebody. I mean they did a great job in the Halloween Kills, but like for a more long-term, bigger role, they'd have to find somebody else. Rather than that small part. Also, how like you put something up? How did he know who Officer Hawkins was? Officer Hawkins. We've never met before, but has he killed again?
yeah.
Or as this Loomis would say, again. Has he killed again?
Yeah.
Oh man, I think that would be great, and you could do a whole trilogy, based on the pursuit. It's like, Van Helsing going after Dracula, or it just started storming like out of nowhere. Um, God, what's the guy who goes after Moby Dick? Ahab? They're going after, that's I gotta check the weather. There's a lot of possibilities where it doesn't have to be Haddonfield, but you could make the final showdown in Haddonfield in the last movie. You know? Oh no, that's wind. Holy shit, man! Am I coming through still?
Yeah.
No, just Lover's back. I have a BBC, but I don't know how to come shot. Awesome. God damn, that wind is out of control out there. That's almost scary. It just picked up out of nowhere. Don't kill me until I see Halloween Ends. And I get another cum shot. Anyway, yeah, I think Seth, if you and I were in charge, I think we could make some good Halloween movies. Honestly, being fans of the series for our pretty much the duration of our lives, and throw Nathan Thomas Milliner in there, I think we'd make a pretty good series. And I think a trilogy format following the first movie for whatever they do from here on out is it doesn't have to be every year, but like let's say every 3 years, like the Star Wars used to be, so 2028, 2031, 2034 is your new series, and then kill it off for another 4 years or whatever. So does Michael take dumps? I mean, he eats dogs, so he probably has to.
The question is, does he wipe?
I saw some brown stains on that. Reynolds said something the other day.
He's like the characters in Friday the 13th.
Well, I mean, we know Demon takes a shit.
Yeah.
You feel better once you shit.
Or the guy in the beginning of part 3, just pulls up his pants and
walks out. Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Harold?
Yeah, Harold.
Wipe your ass, Harold, that your wife's already on you about eating.
Doesn't wipe, doesn't wash his hands, puts food in his mouth.
I never even thought of that watching that movie. Harold deserved to die.
Even the hippie does it later. The later on in that same movie, the hippie takes a shit, does not wipe.
Shelly, he gets his throat slit, does not wipe.
They get what they fucking deserve, you know what I mean?
I think
gotta be hygienic.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you're gonna get sick and die anyway if you put shit in your mouth after your own shit to boot. Probably not. There are so many spoilers on Twitter. Yeah, I'm staying off Twitter. I'm staying off everything until after I see the movie. I mean, they showed it last night at He Drives Well Too. Last night, I know in LA they showed it, and a lot of people got to see it. And there are some people who have seen it who say it's not great, but I don't know if they've seen it for real or not. If they're just starting to be trolls early, because that happens. No, Reynolds, again, this is what I was trying to get to. Reynolds, he's like, how bad do you think Jason smells? I'm like, that's a good question. He probably smells awful. Yeah. I mean, especially in part 7 and part 8.
Yeah.
What? It's already on Peacock? No, it is. Is it really? I'm checking.
I'll be right back while you check.
Are you going to go check too?
No, I've been drinking, so I got to pee again.
Taking a whiz. Peacock. Let's see. If it is, I'm fucking watching it tonight. I'm not going to lie. Even though I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Let's find out together. That's bullshit if they did that, because it's the 12th. I'm not even logged into my Peacock. You know what my fucking password and shit is. Because I got it on my TV, on my Roku. By the way, I can't speak highly enough about the Roku. It's fantastic. Let's see. The reason I got the Roku in the first place was because of Shutter. I couldn't get on my TV, and for some reason, like I know that some of the stuff on Shut you can watch on Prime on for Shutter, but it wasn't working for me, so I had to get a different device. So I got the Roku, and boy, the Roku's awesome. I suggest it to anyone. I have no idea what my password is. It's not that. Let's try. That's the problem with having so many accounts. I don't have the same password for everything. Let's try that. That's not it either. Son of a bitch. Now I gotta look, and there's gonna be a lag in the show. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Are you fucking serious? That's bullshit. Like, I mean, seriously, that's fucking horse shit that they're doing that. Oh my god, my password is so stupid. Can I post? I don't think so. You can send a picture as a message on our Facebook page, and I can look at it that way. Not gonna say my password out loud. Almost started saying my password out loud for Peacock.
Is it on there?
I'm looking. They say it is. I don't know how I feel about that. I could just stream it while we're live if you want. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, it says watch now. You see that?
No shit. Wow.
Let me see what happens when I hit watch now. Holy shit. I think
It's been 4 years.
This is a trailer.
Since Michael Myers vanished without a trace.
This is just the latest trailer. It's not on there yet. So it says how long it is. It says the runtime, and then it starts playing the trailer.
Well, keep scrolling. Maybe they show the trailer before the movie. I don't know. Keep scrolling.
Come on, play. Nope. Up next is prom night. Now, let me tell you, I don't want to watch prom night.
You came here to kill me, so do it.
He's getting ready to bang her. Yeah, so it's not streaming on there yet. It's yeah, just the trailer, luckily. How many Tots masks do I have? I have the one. I'm debating, actually, after watching the new movies, I'm debating on getting the Halloween Kills mask. But I have my eyes set on my second mask, which would be the one I'd like to get second is the Curse of Michael Myers mask. Man, I thought I was going to be up late tonight. I'm not. I was ready to watch it. I was like, we're gonna end this stream now, and I'm gonna fucking watch Halloween Ends real fast. That is kind of bullshit if they would have put it up there. It says resume. I didn't start watching this shit yet. Yeah, it's just the trailer. I did it again. It's just the trailer, the new trailer, which I saw in the theater when I saw Smile the other day, which I thought was great. To see it on the big screen, that always gets you excited when you see a trailer for a movie you want to see on the big screen. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I like started getting nervous. Like, oh my god, it's already here. Should I cancel my tickets? That's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm actually happy that it's not on there because now I'm gonna go into the theater and get to watch it. Like last year, I saw Halloween Kills the night before because it came out at midnight or something like that, and I went at the first showing. So there was like the two things I saw it twice without seeing anything else in between. Um, yeah. Do you watch Cody Leach? Who's that? Is he a YouTuber?
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yep. I watch his stuff. I follow him.
Is he spoilery?
Spoilerly.
Yeah. Does he still talk spoilers?
He'll give you a warning beforehand if he does.
Okay.
He's a. I like the way he does it because he goes through like pros, cons, mixed. Like he's a pretty fair and balanced reviewer. I don't agree with like everything, but I do watch his channel a lot. So
let me see. I have I don't follow any of the Halloween YouTubers because I don't want to be mean about it or anything, but like I don't like them. Like Jimmy Champagne is the big one that I know about. I really can't stand him, and I'm not trying to be mean at all. Of course, it's just he's something about him annoys me. And the one that I do, he's not really a Halloween YouTuber, but he makes these really kind of in-depth videos. I'm going to my list now for subscriptions that I do follow that I like. I think his name is. Hold on. How come these are all the videos? I want to see my subscriptions. Oh, there they are down there at the bottom. I watch a lot of Joe Blow's horror originals. I don't know if you guys ever watch that stuff. They have a lot of cool videos. Seth, have you ever watched these?
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, they have videos up every day, Monday through Friday, and a lot of them are good. Today's was on Friday the 13th, part 4, just kind of going back and talking about how awesome it is. And yeah, I watched a lot of their videos. I can't wait to watch the Silver Bullet one, the most underrated horror werewolf movie. Fucking A right. But they've got a lot of fun stuff. Sometimes the commentators they don't have great speaking voices. But let's see. A lot of baseball stuff in here, by the way. If you guys like Star Wars, you should watch Robot Head because he's fucking hilarious. He hates. I don't want to be a member. I'm not paying for anything. He hates Disney Star Wars, and it's really funny. There's me. Some Parallel Cons, my comic book company. If anybody didn't know, I have a comic book company. Where is it?
Fuck.
Dead Meat's a good one. You watch Dead Meat, don't you?
I've seen a couple of them.
Does a lot of kill counts. He's got almost 6 million subscribers. Holy shit. Must be living large. Where is it? Oh, there he is. CZ's World. He does some really cool videos. Like the one he released today was, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just started it, but it's the history of Karen, and he goes through everything that the things you missed in Halloween Kills, things you missed in the 2018 movie. I didn't watch the Resurrection one. But it's fun stuff, like little facts and stuff like that. It's not just the Halloween. He does all kinds of horror stuff, but his channel's definitely worth watching. He's such a shill. Yes, he is. That's exactly right. I just didn't want to say it. He is pretentious about Halloween, and I think he's a half fan because I think he does exactly. Because I also think he just does it for the money. He found that it was a niche for him, and that's all he does it because of the it's his YouTube channel. I don't think he actually has the love for it. That's just my feeling. And plus, he also doesn't know how to pronounce some things. How can you not know how to pronounce things that are spoken in the movie? That drives me insane when people can't pronounce things that are spoken in a fucking movie. Okay, anyway. And he keeps popping up on 2 different things that I watch, like the CZ's World thing, and then one other thing. We're gonna talk to Jimmy Champagne. I'm like, why him? Talk to me. Talk to Seth. That's why we need more subscribers so we can knock people like Jimmy Champagne off the Halloween. How many subscribers does that fool have? In his name, Jimmy Champagne. Come on, chill. That's funny. He's got 57,000 subscribers. Well, he even said on one channel that I watched him on that he just one of the things that gets him views is he knows how to make a good thumbnail. And apparently, thumbnails are really what sells. And I guess I need to get better at making thumbnails for our show because I'd love like we have 7 people currently watching. If you're there watching, tell us what your favorite Halloween movie is. It could be anything. It could be Halloween 3, which is a fantastic film. It could be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But yeah, I just don't. I don't like a lot of YouTubers. I don't want to be a YouTuber. I just want to do horror stuff. I love horror stuff. The reason why we're here is because we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. I mean, how can you be a YouTuber for a certain movie series, especially a dead one? Like Friday the 13th is pretty much a dead horror series. And I'm sure there are Friday the 13th YouTubers out there. You know, the Death Curse Society started that way and they had to expand. Don't
Yeah,
follow them. I mean, do follow them.
There's a lot of ones that are dedicated to Halloween, and it's within the span of this new trilogy coming out and the excitement and all that.
I think that's where Jimmy Champagne started. No, Halloween 3 is not underrated. No more. We declared it not underrated a couple years ago because people love it. We do. If you go over to our Facebook page, Jizz Lover, we'd love to have you over there. We do these like March Madness brackets where movies go up against each other, and Halloween 3 went up against some stiff competition, and it won out of 64 different movies. So Halloween 3, we all love it at the Horror Syndicate. Seth adores it. It's a great movie. I think it's finally getting the recognition it deserves to where it's not underrated anymore.
Yeah,
it's excellent. And Tom Atkins is a stud. But we already knew that.
I don't know. I mean, okay, there's a lot of people who do Halloween related YouTube videos a lot, and that's how they were able to be successful. I mean, you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to shit on anyone because, you know, they all do what they have to do, and I personally wouldn't be able to do a channel where almost every day of the week I would have to talk about Halloween. As much as I love the franchise, so I give these guys credit. You know, people like Jimmy or We Watched a Movie and Fandom Empire and a bunch of other ones who are primarily Halloween for being able to do it and not run headfirst into a brick wall just talking about Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things that we probably, if Nate wasn't here, we'd probably fall into that, talking about Halloween and talking about Elm Street way too more than we do. You know, Nate keeps challenging us with different types of movies, which is great. I watched it at the Halloween 3. Oh, I'd love to see that on the big screen.
Oh, me too.
I'd love to see it on the big screen.
Me too.
I want to mention to anybody watching or whoever watches this, we do have, this is where we started, was a website. It's thehorrorsyndicate.com. And here's what it looks like. And we do just regular articles about whatever we love. This is last week's podcast, The Mummy franchise. It's on there. Seth did a review of the new Hellraiser movie. It's actually a really good review. Very almost kind of a personal piece, in my opinion, from Seth. I've been doing my top 10 horror movies of the 80s each year. 84 should publish sometime this week. This was 83, which somebody said that looks like Charlie Bucket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory getting ready to be hit by Norman, which I agree with. When I saw the comment on Facebook, I about laughed my ass off.
I can see that.
Yeah, it doesn't it? Yeah, Charlie Bucket. But here's a sample. I write a little bit and I do the list. Here's the 1983 list: Mausoleum, Jaws 3D, Blade in the Dark, which I love Italian horror. Amityville 3D, Sleepaway Camp, The Hunger, which is a really weird vampire movie. Cujo, I think that would be Nate's favorite of the year. Christine, which we've covered on a show before. Psycho 2, which we talked about a little bit tonight. And Videodrome, which is, have you seen that one, Seth?
Oh yeah.
Fucked up as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucked up as fuck. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff we're doing. Seth has done a lot of good stuff too. Seth, you're getting ready to unleash your brand new ranking. Oh look, there's this is a video set that the John Carpenter films ranked, which you can, I think, no, this is must be my list. Oh, it's from 2017. You weren't with us yet.
Nope.
Oh man, yeah, but anyway, we got a lot of good content. I built the website because I wanted to. Actually, my wife told me I should because I was doing all kinds of other stuff, and she said you should do a horror website. Let's see, I was trying to find. Oh yeah, the subspecies ranking. Come on, who doesn't love subspecies?
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. So these are his last few articles. Why Predator 2? Yeah, Predator 2 is awesome. I don't
Fuck
care
yeah.
about things. Mayhem's a good movie. Underworld rankings. Martin review. Oh yeah, he does a lot of breakdowns of like, what do you call them? Failed movie scripts.
Rejected
Movie script. Yeah, so he's like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6. He did a whole series of Halloween, like a whole slew of them. Like the Halloween 6 we almost got. This is a great article too. Underrated horror villain Julia Cotton. Absolutely, she looks great in that picture too, doesn't she?
That's why I chose that picture.
I hit it. Some Chucky reviews from the show. This Halloween Kills review from last year. Did that for a friend, I think. Some Supernatural content. Paranormal Activity. Curse of Frankenstein review. Man, I forgot some of the stuff you've done.
Yeah.
Trying to get to some of the Halloween. This is Friday the 13th ranking. And he's out of line. Oh man, even though
I'm
he's
way
talking
out of line
girls,
in
man.
that.
Yeah. Some other stuff, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we did a show on just recently. Counterpoint: Loomis did not make Michael Myers a killer. That got a lot of views too. Where are they? You might have to do another breakdown soon because they're kind of far behind.
I've been very slacking on it.
Invisible Man. I watched that today.
Oh, did you?
It's still good, yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. From Resurrection to Retribution, what Halloween 9 could have been. So this was the rejected script for the sequel to Resurrection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Third up. Yeah, he loves The Howling. Here's Halloween Returns. This was the 2016 movie that could have been. Instead, we got the 2018 movie. Look at the view counts on these, man.
Yeah, I know.
The Halloween 3D, the 2012 movie that was supposed to follow up Rob Zombie's movie. His Hellraiser ranking has 22,000 views. That's fucking insane. Blowing my Hellraiser ranking out of the water. But Odd Thomas is a great movie. Hollow Man. This is a good article also. You break down pretty much everything, even down to the masks and actors playing Michael Myers, which I think James Jude Courtney's becoming my favorite.
He's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, check out thehorrorsyndicate.com. Oh yeah, here we go. Dodging a Bullet, the Halloween 6 we thankfully never got. That needs more. I'm going to share that on Facebook because that's not getting enough views. I'm trying to find, this is the one, the Halloween 4, what could have been. Yeah, check 7,000, almost 8,000 views. Check these out. He loves the Wolfman. He'd love to have I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna make some off-color joke about you and werewolves. Thank you very much, Ricky. If you like our content, check out horrorsyndicate.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel too, please. Amazon is having a subscribe. Yeah, I saw. I bought a Hammer 20 movie set today. I was tempted to get some of the 4K Halloweens. I only have the original on 4K. Actually, here are my last few gets. I was gonna make a video as soon as I got my Scream Factory. Seth sent me this. What a nice guy. I got the Lighthouse, which I haven't opened yet. I bought the Craft because my daughter loved the first one and she liked this one too. Actually, that's the other one. Black Phone, Last Night in Soho, which is really good. The Case of the Bloody Iris, which is an Italian horror movie but was not on Blu-ray. All the Colors of the Dark, which is another Italian. Edwidge Fenech. Seth knows how I feel about her. I bought Saint Maud, which I'm coming around on. X and Halloween on 4K. I went in and got Batman on 4K, and I saw that sitting there staring at me in the face, and it was like saying, "Ray, buy me, buy me." So I needed to have Halloween be my first 4K because I think this Blu-ray set that you just used to admire so much was my first ever Blu-ray stuff. So beautiful. You want me to break it out and show you? No. Yeah. Halloween 3 on Blu-ray for $9. Is it the Milner version? I have that too. This one? Ooh. If you are new to our channel, the guy who did the art for this is one of our co-hosts, Nathan Thomas Milner. He did this and he did Halloween 2 and a bunch of other Scream Factory Blu-rays. So, yeah, he's got a lot of in-depth analysis for different movies and he's a filmmaker. So, By the way, I hate the way these look.
I know.
All of them. They all look the same, and it's god-awful art. I like that it's like a thick box, but it does have,
I do like the consistent theme.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, but yeah, the art's not great. I especially love how people pointed out the art for part 5 looked like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it does. It really does. So we got the 4K. I've now got 3 copies on Blu-ray, and what's the color timing? Original Blu-ray color timing. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing you don't either.
For what?
Halloween, it says original Blu-ray color timing. Here's my Blu-ray. I don't know what disc 2 is. Disc 2 is audio commentary. Horror, Halloween cut above the rest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. It's whatever. I don't even have a 4K player anyway, so I just bought it because it's Halloween and I love Halloween. It's way overpriced. It's like $110 for 3 movies. It's like Scream Factory. Get your head out of your ass. That's $40 a movie. And then the weird thing is they sold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 separately and not a set. What the fuck is your problem? Like, what if I only want Halloween 6? I mean, at least Halloween 6 has both cuts in it, from what I hear, on 4K.
Yeah.
But like, seriously, Scream Factory, stop overpricing yourself because, like, I don't want to buy these 4Ks because they're still, too expensive. That one was $25 at Best Buy, and that's almost out of my price range for buying movies at all, unless there's, like it's a multi-set. But anyway, so tomorrow's a big day. I'm excited. Seth's excited. I think we're gonna wrap this 2-hour show up. It was a good time. It looks like we got some new people in, which is great. Please, if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe for us. That always helps us out. They better come with ends ticket. You remember the days that they used to do that? Like, I still have this. The 25 years later, it came with the Rob Zombie ticket.
Yeah.
Which I still have. That's it. I ripped the stub off because I used it. So I actually didn't pay money to see this. I saw it for free. But yeah, they had fucking tickets. They used to do that shit all the time. I can't remember what movie it was for, but they re-released the Mummy movies on Blu-ray, and they put tickets inside that. And I bought all three of them to get 3 tickets for me, my wife, and a friend. And I can't remember what movie it was though. Those are good old days. I told you about Skyfall too. I got all those and I ended up with like 17 tickets to see Skyfall. So, or how many ever movies that was at that point, 18 or 19. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Appreciate everybody who came out, and anybody who is on YouTube or Facebook. Check us out on Facebook. The brackets are going back up tomorrow. 4 matchups, and we'll end it on Friday or Saturday, and then we'll get to the 90s next week, and then the 80s. I might try to do the 80s and 90s both in the same week, and then we'll get to the final 4. The 2010s are over, and I already forgot who won. Good on me. And yeah, so check that stuff out. Check out Facebook. We just passed over 20,000 likes the other day, and it's not slowing down. We're at 20,175. A lot of it has to do with this picture. Thank you, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest pictures ever. This is legit horror royalty. You know, with Heather Langenkamp, Amanda Wiss, Scout Taylor Compton, and Jamie Lee Curtis and Danielle Harris in a picture for the first time together ever, I believe. Really fucking cool. And I want to thank everybody who stole that picture from us and put it on their own websites and pages. Congratulations. To be fair, it's not our picture, but don't forget, tomorrow is the big day. Halloween Ends comes out. Seth and I will be seeing it, and probably having to really like fight the urge to talk about it live on the show until Wednesday when we do our live show with Nate and Jared. Because usually it's the 4 of us doing a show, me, Seth, Nate, and Jared. The Horror Syndicate Discourse live every Wednesday. Don't forget. And if you forget, Seth is gonna karate chop your ass. Doesn't that scare you?
It does.
Makes me mad. I'm pulling them all out, but hopefully tomorrow after I walk out of the theater, I'll be pleased.
Hey, hopefully.
Yeah.
And well played on that. Well
I
played.
mean, leading up, I'm definitely gonna be having pit stains with all the sweat. You know, I can't remember when I got those images, but they've been in here for like more than a year. Anyway.
We did a show on all the Jaws sequels, right? Is that when
Is that what they're from?
Yeah.
And then the Uncle Fucker or Cousin Fucker or whatever.
Cousin Fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, good time. I still have the Cabin Fever thing up too for when we were going to talk about Cabin Fever. We will do that eventually.
Let me know.
Yeah, I know. I want to. Actually, I want to talk about all of them because there's the second one and a remake, right? Well, that might be a Seth and Ray event.
There's actually 1, 2, 3, and then a remake.
Oh, there's a third?
Yeah. What's his name? The guy that played he was in Lord of the Rings. He was also in Rudy. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Sean Astin?
Yeah, he was in the third one.
Oh my.
But it's not very.
His career is weird.
The original is the only one really worth talking about. I haven't seen the Ty West sequel.
I need to watch that one. Yeah.
I do remember there is a pretty grotesque moment that makes you never want to get a blowjob.
In the Ty West one?
Yeah.
Oh man, I have
Chick
to watch
with
that.
braces.
Oh shit.
That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's definitely on my list of movies to watch because I love Ty West and I did like the first Cabin Fever. So
yeah.
Anyway, pancakes.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Anyway, anybody left watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, check us out on Facebook. We do have a Twitter. It's just at Horror Syndicate. We're on Instagram. We never use it, so don't bother. And we'll be back on Wednesday, for sure on Wednesday, but you never know if we're going to pop up again. This is the third day in a row we've done a show. and for good reason. We had to talk about Hellraiser on Monday. We did our Dracula show yesterday, and then we just had a wild hair up our ass to talk about Halloween today and a bunch of other stuff. So, Seth, if there's anything else.
Yeah, so it's officially 12:14 a.m. my time. So technically speaking, Evil dies tonight. On a technical level, because I'll be seeing it tonight. So Evil dies.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the clock at 4:45 and think to myself, Seth is such a bastard. Because it'll be 5:45 where you are, and you'll be watching it in the theater. Well, you'll probably be watching trailers, but because trailers are 15 minutes long these days.
Yeah.
Christ. When we went and saw Smile the other day, we were running really late. We get there, and Reynolds was like, "Oh, we're gonna miss the beginning. We're gonna miss the beginning." I was like, "Trust me, we're not." We still had to sit through 4 trailers when we got there, and we were 10 minutes late. And we were able to get popcorn. So trailers, too many trailers these days. Anyway, yeah. So for Seth, Evil dies tonight, and Evil will die tomorrow night for me. And hopefully everybody enjoys the new Halloween movie. If not, I'm really looking forward to the Bitch Fest. That is going to be horror groups and all my friends list this weekend. At least there was a lot of people saying they liked Hellraiser. So at least we got that. Anyway, check out Shudder if you've never checked out Shudder. There's a lot of good shit on there. And VHS 99 is coming very soon, I think in 2 weeks. And they've got the 101 greatest, scariest moments in horror, which they just dropped a new episode today. I think there are 2 episodes left. So Seth, it's fun talking to you as usual. We will for sure talk on Wednesday. I have a weird feeling we might talk before then in the chat. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. Hit the subscribe button, like for us. We want to pass Jimmy Champagne. I don't know. Have a good night. Watch some horror.